Learn more about Army careers in science, technology, engineering, and math at GoArmy.com with more than 150 different soldier possibilities ready and waiting. All right, so we are back here at the Esports Stadium, Arlington. It is time to get into our final matchup of the night. This is day 13, John. We've casted a lot of games. We've watched a lot of Counter-Strike, a lot of collegiate Counter-Strike at that. And we're going to be in for an absolute treat here as well. And of course, it wouldn't be without, the cherry on top. We have A-Track joining us as well. He's right here in Fort Knox. Yeah. How's it going, brother?
It's going. I'm ready to see RMU again. Let's go.
All right. Tell me a little bit about what you learned last time about RMU.
Not to trust what John says about teams.
You told him to say that. You two are working together. You're conspiring. This is something's going on here. Yes. I don't like this.
Nope. You betrayed my trust last time. You said that they were going to pull through and they were going to destroy him, and it was going to be crazy. And instead, we saw the exact opposite, and they got destroyed.
I can't wait. For them to come in this
so
series
good.
And just blow everyone out. I just can't wait.
Well, for those of you that are just now tuning in with us for the very first time, welcome. But let's go ahead and share what the schedule looked like throughout today. As I mentioned, this is our last matchup of the night. We've seen some good Counter-Strike. We've seen some crazy Counter-Strike coming out for Purdue. They defeat Kansas State 2-1 in their best-of-3 series. I actually saw Devil in the chat talking about the fact that we see down at the bottom Purdue versus RIT versus Rochester sitting them out. Devil's going, Rochester's a good team. Seeing them go out, I feel a little bit better about my situation at that point. Purdue has just been crazy to watch, and they are in our top 4. Kennesaw versus St. Clair. Kennesaw taking that one 2-0 decisively. I mean, that game was just crazy to watch, and they were having a lot of fun. I mean, it was a 2-0, and it was a ridiculous 2-0. It definitely, you could tell that Kennesaw had that entire match, that whole series, all the way through. And then, of course, you see there UCF. They're going to move on. They're also in our top 4. They'll be playing against VCU tomorrow. Of course, that's Championship Sunday coming our way. They're going to be making it into the winter bracket finals. And then now we're into our last matchup of the day. RMU, Robert Morris University. They'll be playing against Kennesaw. And this is going to be a good one here, John. A-Track, I have to give a kudos to your squad there from the U.S. Army esports team, the CSGO team. It was really good to have M8 joining us there for our last matchup. He provided a lot of great insight.
Yeah, M8's a great guy. I actually got to hang out with him in California when he was there in person when we had the Royal Army's team fly out, and they did 2 games. They did a best-of-3, and they got destroyed. We won. So, but yeah, he was there. It's pretty cool. Cool guy.
Yeah, no, it had a lot of really good insight. I mean, being able to provide all the different details about what we were learning about. We've had M8 on with us beforehand. Again, it was just good to hear. I mean, that's one of those things like you always kind of look for the proof in the pudding, right? A lot of times you talk about sponsorships. You're like, awesome, good stuff. But I think, honestly, from here, we see it. I mean, we're able to see you guys really putting in the real effort and being a part of the esports scene. I mean, I've seen you, streaming a variety of different types of games, A-Track, whenever we first kind of got introduced to one another, and I was like, all right. Of course, it's been great having you on board with this as well. This is what, day number 4 or 5? Day number 5 with this?
I think 5.
Yeah, 5. Because yeah.
We started on Monday, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I knew that it's because it's 6 days of playoffs. So this is day number 5, and you joined us from day 1 of the playoffs. So it's been good having you as well, joining us here. I feel like you're a part of the family here at Esports Stadium. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to, as you're saying, the proof in the pudding, I mean, if you look at anybody who's in the military, we have a whole bunch of free time, and a lot of us fill that free time with video games.
Absolutely.
I've been playing and streaming for 7 years now, and I've been in the Army for 4, or 4.5, almost 5. So, yeah, I mean, we've been like I said, everybody that's on the team, they're all gamers. So it's not any fake. I'm not a recruiter, and I'm just here to play video games. Like I said, I'm a mechanic, so I just got blessed with this cool job to play video games.
There we go. That's I mean I have to share it from time to time because some people they say that they think it's a facade, and I think for us it's been great. I mean, we learned a lot earlier from M8, and we'll see how well this team plays here going into this. Whenever we get into the exhibition matchup that tomorrow that we're currently setting up, that's going to be right before the finals. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce these two teams. Starting off, you got the Robert Morris University, and this is that team. They started off strong in this tournament, and then they ran into a wall being VCU that has sent them down to this lower bracket. They've been waiting for a team to play against, and let's see how well they're ready to rock and roll going into this best-of-3 series. Again, whoever loses this is out of the tournament. Whoever wins will be in the top 4, so that's going to be interesting to see. Of course, we see a lot of gameplay coming in here from this squad. You've got Welshi, Dragio, Reality, RetroQ, and Spermy. And the one player that I want to see come to life was Spermy. Spermy had a really rough game yesterday, so we'll be on the lookout for him. Welshi always has really good games, of course, coming out here for RMU, but that's your RMU squad. John, what are some of your comments here?
I mean, you nailed it. I think we want to see Spermy step up, but someone I'm keeping my eyes on is Dragio. Mainly being we saw so many Bison buys from him yesterday, and obviously now they're in the lower bracket. Whether or not they're taking these matches seriously, I can't determine, but I think from that player right there, I think we need to see maybe less Bisons in that hands, because it just seems like it came out way too many times. And I know you defend it in some areas where it's just like an upgraded pistol in some sense, and I just don't feel like in some cases it's necessary. I would rather just see an MP9.
I think you're getting too critical on something along those lines. There's different players that have different play styles. For me, like I used the Scout before people were using the Scout on a regular basis and got knocked for it. But of course, I look at it as it was an effective weapon, and everyone else thought I was cheesing along. So the way that I've watched him play, it didn't feel like he was cheesing. Now, of course, I know a lot of the crew thinks that was the same case, but that's not the case here. He is, you can see on the other side, you got Welshi and Spermy. Both of them are graduate students, or they're graduates of RMU, so this is going to be their last time to really play with this team. Dragio is a senior as well. He's a computer networking senior, and then, of course, you've got Reality there. He's going to be a junior coming in. On the flip side, you've got RetroQ. He's a freshman for this squad. And so that's your RMU team. Of course, they just got sent down to the lower bracket due to VCU. But let's look on the flip side. Kennesaw State University. This team has been playing so well. They've been so much fun to watch. As we'll take a look at some of the clips here for this one. This happened earlier today as well. This was them against St. Clair College, and Manny came to life. He was so much fun to watch. And of course, Gonzo, we talk about him all the time. He has a ridiculous deagle. We interviewed with him, as well as good to be able to hear directly from Gonzo himself. But Danimal, of course, is the main AWP player for their team. And then, of course, cheesing away is going to be Austin. As we called him out here, stat padded with his ace. But there you have it. That game was just crazy. Through and throughout all the way through. So you can see Danimal, Gonzo, Manny, Austin, and Seb.
I didn't see that previous pistol kill that we just clipped. So that was dropping down headshot. I thought that was his teammate who got that kill, but yeah, you named it. We got to hear from Gonzo earlier today. Danimal, that IGL, cool, calm, collected. I mean, you can see his picture, just calm, and he's ready for this matchup. I'm sure. I think this will be a great one. And 8-Track, I know I hyped up RMU yesterday. But I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Look, just hang on with me here.
It's a big fat worm hanging off the end of that hook.
Corey, I'm trying to tell you.
Bite on it.
All right, I'm done. Well, fine. Whatever, Corey.
Oh, goodness.
Fine, have it your way.
So for this team, we actually have 4 juniors coming into the action. One of which is the substitute that's playing here. That is Tay-W. Tay-W, of course, is not playing in this matchup. He played earlier in the tournament, though, which got them to this point. But you can see you've got Gonzo. He's a junior. Danimal's a junior, as well as Manny. And then we've got a sophomore coming in here from Austin. And Seb is actually a freshman coming in for this squad. So as you would expect, a lot of computer science, computer engineering, electrical engineering. We do have one that's a finance person, and that's actually Seb right there. So, so he's going to make sure he focuses on the economy throughout this entire series. But let's go ahead and take a look at.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Wow.
Come on,
Just-
you wouldn't expect that after making a joke like that, Corey.
Come on, that was. If
All
I had
right,
a
so
cheese button, I would
map
press that.
pick bans are go like this. All right, so we've got
Whoa.
Kennesaw. They're going to go ahead and ban Inferno. Then RMU will go ahead and get rid of Vertigo, and that's going to leave Kennesaw. Kennesaw selects Dust 2, and that'll be the first map that we're going to see out of this. It's going to already out of the gates. We are going to see some crazy action on Dust 2, and we'll see which way that one goes. But then the flip side, the next map that was chosen was by RMU. They select Nuke, and so we'll see how that one plays out. Mirage and Overpass were the next two to get banned, and we end up on Train. This is the first time I think we've ever seen this combination of maps, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to see how this one plays out. And so we'll be out to be underway here with Dust 2, map number 1 out of this best of 3. RMU versus Kennesaw State. Loser goes home. Winner advances to be in the top 4. Oh, man, it's going to be a good game. I don't know if I'm ready for it because we've seen some really good action all throughout today. You can even hear it like in my voice right now. This is the first time. We've been casting for 13 days, and I can actually hear it in my own voice where it's starting to go away, which is crazy to say. But, John, have at it, whereas we're here in the pistol round.
I am just so excited to see this map lineup. I mean, Dust 2, Nuke, into Train. No Overpass, no Mirage. Those have been the stand-ins for all of this tournament. We've seen a lot of, as well as Inferno. That was the very first ban from Kennesaw. So I think this series is absolutely going to deliver. And A-Track, I really hope you're ready to see how RMU can perform, as here we go. We're starting the pistol round. They're starting it very strangely as RMU. They're sending out one player to be the baits, so to speak, and now they show face. That's actually one player on the A bomb site. What on Lord? They stacked everyone, and now they have 3 people trying to fire squad their way all the way down mid, and Austin's able to find one on the retro queue. Reality's getting up close and personal, and oh Lord, just deletes Manny. Dragio runs out of bullets, and he is trying to contest. He's going to pick up that P2K, just not have any success with that. What is it, 3v3, and the bomb's gone down. This Reality's got himself a nice position. There goes Gonzo. He finds another one. Excuse me, Austin finds another one. As it's now just down to Austin, and there he goes. RMU getting the pistol round on the board, and here we go. This is where they can start showing us what they're made of, and we've only seen Inferno out of them. So they have to show us something different at this point, because literally anything but Inferno is
we
different.
won't see Inferno this series either.
That's correct. It was the very first ban.
Yeah, so we'll see what we have here. Even yesterday, RMU was like, well, we're going to do Inferno again.
And then I was just yelling, why would you do that if you're VCU? And then VCU won. I was like, well, now I'm starting to think to myself, why would you do that if you're RMU? But hey, here we are. This is the losers quarterfinals match. The winner of this will move on to face Purdue, a team that we did not think would make it to the position that they were in. As Danimal looks at the fire, stands in it for a second, and says, yeah, I think that's too hot for me, as he takes 71 damage before
Nice
leaving
flash. Completely blinding Manny. I think if I'm trying to remember which player had a Zeus to start this round. I think it was Manny. I think he was trying to play the close quarters on Cat. But here they come. Pushing directly up Catwalk. Austin's able to get one, and Seb gets another one. And there goes Reality. And just like that, it's a 2-on-2. As they're taking their time right now. Bomb is going to get planted here inside of the A bomb site. Retro Q and Sperma, they both have weapons. They've both got head armor. They're fully stacked up, but just like that, there's a quick counter coming in. As Gonzo was taking a look with the Zeus.
Ooh.
And you saw that flash of light coming out. And Spermy didn't want any part of that. So 2-0 here for RMU here, A-Track.
Yeah, it's hey, they're doing something this time, so that's good.
Yeah, Spermy's already off to a better start than he was last time. He has 5 kills now.
You might be right this time.
Yeah, he had 6 last game, I think. And now he's got 5 in round number 2. I'm telling you,
he had a total of 6 last round, right? The last time we saw him play.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I know he had one round where it was a 3K, and then after that, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Ooh, it looks like Spermy was trying to go for the lurk over there in lower tunnels, but gets taken out by Austin as they're going to be pushing up long here. Reality opening it up with a MAC-10. There go the Molotovs onto site. And the smoke's going out. There's a big gap in it. As Danimal can see right through there. Ooh, Dragio. They're all taking a little bit of damage there. Again, they had to throw 2 smokes there. I believe they actually adjusted the size of the smoke not too long, or like, what, a year ago now? It doesn't actually fully cover that cross there. And Retro's already on site, trying to get some shots on Austin to the box. I don't know if he actually saw him there or not, but he's flashed now. Austin peeking out to get some shots in. Retro just hunkered down right now, trying not to get shot through the boxes. As we see Welshie watching long. And here comes the push from Danimal. Oh, gets just taken out there. Yep, and there goes the push. They just managed to overwhelm them there. They're already up on Goose. Reality, last one alive. It's a 1v1. He's got the MAC-10. Manny is on the bomb, defusing right now. He's not going to get the shot off, and that's a tick up on the board for Kennesaw. Those are some good smokes. Just pushed right up and all jumped out at the same time there. They didn't know who to shoot at.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, I mean, the way they were able to retake that site, it all started because of Seb. Seb threw that smoke off the wall to be able to set them up so they could be able to push through without contention from the A ramp. This time, though, we're going to see them heading here towards the B bomb site. This is where Seb plays. This is his traditional spot. He's going to get blinded now. They know exactly where he's at. He's going to have a tough angle. Dragio able to take him out. There goes another one as Dragio finds 2. And the bomb's going to go ahead and get planted inside the B bomb site. There's close quarter combat here from Welshie as he's going to hold those double doors. He's going to find that there is not a single player here inside of CT spawn. And the rest of his team are going to go on the manhunt and see what they can be able to find. They're going to try to be able to take away at least a weapon here. And Welshie just creeps on through, and Austin's right there. There's going to be another one. He's got good control, making sure that he can be able to support his team. This, just like that, was now a 3-on-3. And of course, the bomb will go ahead and explode here for RMU. And on the flank, Austin he got caught off guard. He was watching towards the window. And we'll see if he's able to stay alive. He will not. That was Danimal. And Manny will be the only player from Kennesaw to be able to hold on to his weapon.
Whew. That's rough. Now it's going to be an eco for Kennesaw, and they're already down by 2. Seeing the CZ come out as well from Austin.
Wow, look how far Spermy. He's just running.
I was going to say they're zooming right now.
Yeah, he misses that Molotov, and he's going to see a follow-up from his teammate that's actually going to stop him from going to the site, and just decided to commit to the spray.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. He was all by himself there. His teammates didn't even push up with him. So now they're all going to get taken out here by the CZ. 2 kills. Austin grabbing an AK now. Go make sure there's no one else left on Cat. Little does he know, he's got 2 guys right behind him. Reality down in tons, and Retro up on mid. And here we go. Yep, Austin, nice clean shots of the AK there. Gets the kill. Gonzo through the doors with the headshot, taking out Reality. That's another tick up on the board for Kennesaw.
All right. As Kennesaw able to find a round there. And so now, as you mentioned, the score is currently 3-2 here. As Kennesaw will see if they can start to be able to string some rounds together. And we got 1 AK in the hands of Reality. He had a lot of money in the bank. He's going to go ahead and start to be able to push in here. He's got a good spawn. He's going ahead and wrap around. They've smoked off the CT spawn. Here they come, all up towards B ramp. They got 1 player they need to worry about inside of the tunnels. That player has been checked out. And they've got complete control, and all 5 of them fall quickly. And Kennesaw stays alive as a team. 3-3 now here, John.
Yeah, it's pretty solid play here from the side of Kennesaw. Able to hold it down and stop the momentum. That was RMU. This was 3-1, and very quickly Kennesaw was able to get it back to 3-3. Last round, it wasn't exactly the best buy from RMU. They just had Tech 9s. Some of them had rifles, as now none of them do. There's only 1 in the hands of Welshie, and that's a scout. We know Retro Q has a nice eagle in his hands. We've seen him have some crazy shots, as well as really everyone on the side of RMU, as there's Dragio finding 1 through the doors. Mid. Ooh, Manny. I know I talked about Manny earlier today. He was a player who hasn't stepped up on Dust 2, but he played fantastic today against St. Clair. He was definitely a difference maker, and maybe that's just a sign if when that player steps up, that makes a huge difference. We'll have to keep an eye on him. So now Dragio set his crosshairs, but doesn't predict the right spot. Austin is so far forward. He is just trying to find something as he's on 1 HP.
I think he caught him through the wall.
And he even wins
right
that
through
one.
the door.
So look at that. Austin gets himself 14 on the board behind a 4K. Corey, I think, as you would say, that's stat padding. As that was an eco. But let's see how he got the first one. There's that. Okay, so some good shots coming out from Austin. And then he's going to peek with the Glock. And then it's okay, he had the shadow to work with there. So it wasn't just completely blind. But now we're seeing the gun round coming in for RMU. And we're going to see what they're capable of doing here. Well, she's got that AWP. And he has been so good with that weapon. On the flip side, Gonzo and Danimal equally as strong for them. We'll have to keep our eyes on. See how impactful that weapon can be. As well, she's actually still in spawn. He was holding that down from mid. And now this time, Corey, something interesting to note. Kennesaw is actually respecting mid. A lot of smokes this time around. Smokes everywhere. Oh, Reality pokes up, finds one, and then gets taken out. Manny's thankful to get away with his life there as he just saw the AWP poke him for just a split second and he got behind cover. Slow play coming out from RMU. Once again, we haven't seen them on any other map than Inferno, so we only really know one play style, and that's aggressive, in your face, disrespectful at points. And Dust 2 is certainly a different beast.
Yeah, these rounds are going really, really long. As they like to stretch these out, and they're going to see a plan of attack. Probably going to see a smoke come over. See which player we're looking at there. That is, I believe that is Welshie. But no, actually it is Dragio who's going to be on the road, on the flank alert. And just like that, they are able to easily find their way into the bomb site. And that sometimes is a challenge because they had to not only they had to make sure that the bomb carrier was able to get to the site, and now Dragio checking his angles. And one player has already made his way past, and that's going to be Manny. Manny already able to pick that one up. He does have his teammate coming through CT spawn right now, and Dragio able to pick him off, and a quick push around, and Manny be able to pick him off as well. It's now left up to RetroQ. He's got 3 HP. This is possible, as he's able to go ahead and see if he wants to stick it. And he's going to just go ahead and play the game. And that's going to be able to go through. Does he have time?
Oh, it's cutting it real close.
He's got it. Yes, he does. 5-3. Good play coming in there for Manny.
0.3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, yeah.
I think that one was actually not as close as the previous. I think the last one might have been like a 0.1.
Yeah, the last one that we had watched like earlier was like 0.00001.
Corey, you baited
Yeah,
me
I've
into
seen
asking
some
you
crazy
really?
times before.
Oh man.
I've seen some crazy times. You'll see it pop up and it'll be like 0.00001, 0.001 or whatever. Crazy.
Oh man. Let's take a look now. Manny here. He's got the catwalk. Able to pick up one. He spots at least 3 players. He doesn't know all of them are here yet. He can make that assumption. But he'll be traded.
You missed
there with
Reality hitting a
RetroQ.
nasty flick shot with that deagle.
We'll see if we can be able to capture that back on our highlights here.
Also, Corey, one thing I want to add to the fire here is Kennesaw. They said they played in CSL. I think it was today or yesterday. They played it. They said they played it when we talked to Gonzo. They played
Correct,
against
yes,
RMU.
Yep, that's a good call.
And he said they got destroyed. So they're coming into this match with some vengeance, as it is 5-3 in their favor on their CT side. And that's a great shot there from Welshie and RetroQ. Seb is going to have to run from that B bomb site. And, well, Manny was able to clutch it out, but this is a different situation, having to go to A. And he's going loud as RetroQ just ready and waiting for him. Sees the head, pokes up, and that's a 3K. Nice and easy. Lemon squeezy for RMU. 5-4, still favoring Kennesaw. And, boy, they've got a lot of money.
As we take another look at that deagle. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was. Oh, oh my God. Oh, he tagged him. Holy smokes. We saw a lot of that, A-Track. It was on the side of Kennesaw, and you were here with us, I believe, when it was Kennesaw versus VCU when they found the double door wall bang.
Yes. Yeah, when
Yeah.
they both shot him at the same time.
Yep.
Yep. I remember that. That was good.
Then we saw a series today where St. Clair just could not get through the doors, and literally Scherze, every single time, it became a meme at that point. He was at 13 health for basically the entire CT side, and so RMU now is giving Kennesaw a taste of their own medicine as they're just ready for every single angle in this round.
Well, they play such a passive play style that is really starting to impact Kennesaw. You can hear them rotating now.
Oh, this isn't good.
Dragio playing that angle very well, but it'll be a quick trade, but he needs to be able to worry about a 6. As now the score is all tied up, 5-5. And we can see right now, Kennesaw is going to be on a save here. Yeah, traditionally here, A-Track, this map is a T-sided map. And
Oh
we'll
yeah,
see how
definitely.
this one plays.
It's all this map is just it's all about how you play it though. A lot of people say it's T-sided, but we've seen maps that are CT-sided that the T side has been dominant. It's all about how you play and how well you know the map, which of course everybody knows Dust too. So it's always interesting to watch two teams that are this good going up against each other on it. Just to see the different angles and things that they're going to hold, the different ways they're going to do the bomb sites, or if they're going to do the default thing with Retro Q. Getting a nice headshot there on Danimal. Reality taking one out. We're seeing them push up through Catwalk here as they already have A all to themselves. We do have Dragio. Oh, never mind. We don't have Dragio. I was going to say he was on the flank there, but he's gone. As it's a 3v2 here. Retro getting hit down to 9 HP. And the bomb going down. Ooh, Reality getting taken out of the game. And it's a 2v1 now. Retro with the AK. There's an op and an AK up against him. See if he can do anything here. Oh, nope. Can't do anything as Seb takes him out with the AK there. That's a hard spot to hold when you're doing a 1v2 and they're coming from Cat. There's really not much you can do.
Yeah, Kennesaw is playing a great game right now, Corey. I just want to call this out. If you look at the scoreboard, it's 6-5, and then you look at the kills. Danimal has 0.
Yep.
He's 0 and 9, and they are still winning. That's how good some of these players are. Manny, we see 10 and 5. Gonzo's 9 and 8. Seb 7 and 8, and then Austin is 15 and 8.
Yeah, we're probably going to see some Danimal here now, as he's going to hope that he can get a quick cat here in this action. But I think it was maybe a little too slow. Dragio's going to be right around the corner. He's pushing directly in very, very fast. As there's going to be a flashbang, I think Danimal's in a tough spot. Yes, he is. Dragio again had a really good spawn as well. That's going to be the only deterrent here. And that's going to launch that AWP back towards Elbow. And just like that, I thought the boost felt a little slow, trying to get them up towards Catwalk. And we saw Dragio just put on his titties, and he hightailed it towards Catwalk. As they've taken down one. The bomb carrier's just now joining them here towards Catwalk. Gonzo is going to be here on a quick flank. He spotted him. Actually, even more so, he spotted the bomb carrier. And so they're 100% sure that they're going to be heading here towards this side. And Gonzo finds Reality as the bomb is going to be planted here by Welshie. And they need to be on the lookout for the flank. And there it is, Spermy able to pick him off. As now they're going to be able to push around here. It's down to a 1-on-2. One player on top of the site. That's going to be Welshie. As Spermy has been, he actually pushes through the molly. And now it's all tied up at 6. And so this is good. This is a good game, but Kennesaw, it's going to be a tough one for them to play this back and forth, especially being on the CT side here at A-Track.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I still can't trust what John was saying about RMU is going to pop off or anything, so we'll see. Gonzo immediately taken out of mid doors there. Welshie with the glass cannon, hanging out up top.
You love to see
Still in the spawn.
You love to see it. As soon as he says he can't trust me, boom. Welshie coming through with the AWP.
If you say so. A nice deagle push on the B site here. Already taking control, throwing out the smoke to the mid doors here. With the AK, or 2 AKs, the op, and another AK. Sorry, my bad. Bomb is down. See RMU here is going to hold this down. Looks like there's an eco for Kennesaw here. As it's 2 deagles. And Spermy grabbing 1. And Austin took a whole lot of damage from that Molotov. He just kind of stood in it there for a second. I think he was trying to get a little angle to peek out and maybe get a gun, but didn't work out for him as he lost about 50 HP from that. So now what's going to happen? Is it going to flip around and we're going to see Kennesaw win one? That's how it seems to be going.
Man, Gonzo gets wall banged there.
Trading back and forth.
Yeah, that was deep in the door, too.
Dragio's looking like he is just so comfortable pushing out through Cat. Oh, well, that's going to feel uncomfortable. Man, he finding himself a nice shot. Well, and their team is returning the favor now. Wait a second. Spermy got a deagle shot?
Yes.
Did we see that?
Yes.
Wait, he hit that shot?
Yes.
That one where he just turned and shot?
I believe so, yes. As now you've got Gonzo, who's over here on the A ramp. He's got a scout in hand. He'll get taken down. You also have another one. That's Danimal. Danimal is still 0-12.
Did Spermy really hit that shot? He just flicked and shot. I thought he was just firing off like a warning shot. Did he kill someone behind that?
Well, we can take a look and
What?
see what we've got.
Did he really?
We can take a look and see.
Okay.
If it's so, there's a smoke. You can check above. And that's the very first time that we've seen RMU not hit a player on Kennesaw passing by those double doors. And an early peek. Oh, man. Danimal almost had his first frag in this game. As he's going to go ahead, and you can see their teammates going ahead and falling back. You've got Manny, who was able to pick up one that was in lower tunnels. Of course, Manny is up on top of Catwalk. He's joined with his teammate, Austin, who gives him a little pat on the back, says thank you for that.
Oh, my God. He almost tried to catch that grenade, too.
Well, here comes the plan of attack. Gonzo able to pick up another one. He's going to go ahead and change his angle. He's going to rely on his teammate to be able to provide the cover. It's just not going to be there. The cover was not there, and Seb, he also gets taken out, and now it's going to be down to a 3-on-2. Manny and Danimal. Danimal, again, still looking for his first kill in this game, as he is 0-12. We are in round number 15, and he is 0-12 at this point. And I don't see this being beneficial for him. But there it is. That's what he needed. He pushes right on through. Now Manny, the last one alive here, he's going to get taken out as well. But the score line is going to end 9-6 in favor of RMU.
Oof, I don't know. Is that just bad communication? How'd they get on the site like that? Looked like they weren't even... They just got all the way up through window without anybody seeing it. That's nuts.
Are you talking about for the side of RMU or Kennesaw?
Yeah, no, RMU. I blinked for half a second and they were on site. I was very confused.
They came through mid, and then they walked. Seb was holding window while Gonzo was holding the double doors, and Seb couldn't find the picks, so they got Gonzo, and then
Did he
immediately
just panic
followed
a
up
little
on
bit
Seb.
and-
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happened.
Oof.
Oh, speaking of the B bomb site, seems like Kennesaw wanted to show you how to get there in a blink of an eye, as they're they're all blind, and oh my goodness, that utility is absolutely going to spare them some time, as Reality is holding down the fort. He's still going. The team is able to rotate in. One player is going to window. The bomb's not quite going down just yet. Actually, it was being planted. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong player. It's Spermy and Retro Q to take it on. He's trying to get a jumping headshot. Is Retro Q. This is, oh man, Danimal. There we go. He's got 3 in the round for himself. So behind that no-scope, he was able to ignite himself into this round, and look at that, 4. That is all he needed to get warmed up, Corey.
Yeah, he needed to at least get one kill to be able to start it off, and I'm happy that he was able to get it there in the first half. And so now we'll probably see a little bit more of him. He's going to go ahead and have an AK here for this round. You see a Bison in the hands of Austin, so expect a catwalk, but there it looks, oh goodness. As it looks like he'll be, yeah, he is going to go catwalk. It really caught me off guard for a second. I was going to see if he ended up going long. That would have been crazy. But he's about to run into a major conflict coming up here. They are completely blind, but so is Austin. And there you have it. Just a flashbang is enough to basically alleviate any pressure coming towards Catwalk. And they're going to go ahead and see if they can create a new choke point here. As the Catwalk has been smoked off. Molly going to be able to come into the site, but they have to worry about so many angles. As Deagle after Deagle is going to be able to shut down Kennesaw, and RMU picks up another round. The score is going to be 10-7 now.
Good Lord, just the way they collapse is so intimidating. There's Dragio. Look, he's looking at the Bison. He wants it so bad. That's funny. Oh, he picks it up. He couldn't resist himself. That is funny. That has to be a call out from Austin there, just being like, hey, Dragio, I got one. Here's how the Deagles did it. That's an opening pick there, and Spermy's able to support. Retro Q's going to just poke you out, and he's going to bang, because why not? Man,
Yep.
these Deagles have just been something else from RMU. I mean, really, this whole tournament has just been something else. And now this is a position where the Bison can absolutely do some damage. No armor on the side, only on Seb. That's 64 bullets in that bouncing chamber, Corey. We know that can do some damage.
It's a mini AK. The bullets are half the size and the magazine's twice as big.
He might be onto something here. His reality's definitely onto something there. Finds two quick ones. He still wants more. He's still playing that position as they're trying to get up to Cat. Watching that one is Spermy, and that's from the site. Gonzo's way far back. Holy cow, way to control the spray. Good Lord.
Wow.
That should by no means happen as they just line up for him. Now, yeah, they're just making it easy for him. Even though that was an eco, but man, Kennesaw. They had some wind in their sails for that first half, and now it's just been all RMU. Let's see that again. Yep, once again, that was just super easy for him, and just how do you control that? And then once again, they just line up perfectly.
Drag down and to the left. That's I guess he's able to drag it perfectly.
Oh.
And Gonzo, gosh, I love watching Gonzo with the Deagle. So much fun.
See how many more he's gonna get here. Ooh, taking Welshie down to 50. He's so patient too. It's like he just sits there and just waits for that head to pop up, and it just looks so smooth sometimes. The way some of these players just pop heads, it's nuts.
Now you can see them starting to be able to pressure here towards Cowlock. They're going to be delayed because of a smoke. They're going to have to choose a new gate that they want to go through. As now they're heading here towards the B bomb site, and Dragio actually pulls from the B bomb site as he thinks he's going to be providing support for his teammate to be able to check. There's going to be no one there, but guess what? The B bomb site has been opened. Yeah, they pushed right on through, but there comes reality. A flashbang came over the top. And now the bomb's going to try to get planted, and it will. And Danimal providing coverage with his Deagle. And now it's down to a 2-on-3. Retro Q and Welshie, they smoke off over there. And Austin has a scout. He is just having a field day today. And Retro Q just sees right over the top of the box. Finds the dome there of Austin. And likewise, as Danimal picks up a third, he is now 8-15. And he is already caught up to Seb here in this game.
Yeah, you were talking about a field day, and it seems like Danimal wanted to give everyone a haircut. Ooh, there's that opening start. There's one. Let's see the second one coming out here, and boom. Yeah, look.
Oh, that's a good shot.
God, such clean shots. And here's number 3 just right over the box and Danimal. Jeez. There was a way to warm up into a series. That's how you do it. Finding Deagle shots, winning an eco round. Getting on the board, 8-11 now. Still in favor of RMU, and they have weaponry. But that AWP is now in Danimal's hands, and he is absolutely warmed up at this point.
Looks like it's gonna be another. It's gonna be a B push here. No, they're just hanging out mid to figure out where they want to go. Initially, it looked like they were gonna go Cat, but I think they're some util usage is pushing them back a little bit. Speaking of utils, Austin's stuck all by himself in mid right now. Flames behind him and guns in front of him. Tried to get through the smoke there, but Welshie just managed to take him out with a spray through the smoke. Spermy now takes one. Oh, almost gets the second one there, but gets taken out by Seb. Retro hanging out here on long as well. Oof, Welshie was just looking the wrong way there. And now it's a 2v2 as we see Reality and Dragio are going to have to try and do this retake. Here come the flashes. Oh, Manny with a nasty, nasty two-piece there with the AK.
Hey,
Just turned away just in time for that flash. It was nuts. Oh, yeah, you're right. Technically, it was 3, I guess.
Yeah, Manny picking up 3 there in the round. Now it's going to be 11-9. And I wouldn't count Kennesaw out of this. And they're here back on the T side. And if RMU allows Kennesaw to warm up, then I think they're in for a treat here. As Gonzo starts this one off, he's able to head down towards Long A. And that car is getting shot up. But, oh, my goodness, over the top. He's able to at least get himself 1. And now here comes the rotate. They're going to be coming from all different angles. But Dragio tries to be cheeky and hides inside of the smoke with that CZ. Now Reality, he's baited out a couple shots, but Manny is not impressed by that, and he shuts him down with the AK. Now left up to Welshi, and he is out of this round. 11-10 now, John. As we've seen several rounds come in on the board here for Kennesaw.
Well, Corey, I think we're going to go the distance in this series. Maybe RMU's not going to quite roll them over as we anticipated. Here's the double scout coming in.
You anticipated.
Yeah, you.
We all of us. We includes all of us. This is an inclusive environment.
Even the production crew in my headset is telling me you're wrong. You're alone on this boat.
Corey, you can't actually confirm that they told you that. I didn't hear anything, and none of the people at home heard that. So you can't just say that, Corey.
Let's. I mean, we know the audience, the Twitch chat, agrees with me here.
Look, you got to give both teams a fair chance. You can't call it before the flop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's see what we can have here as you've got the scout coming out for Reality. See if they'll be able to take over this side here. They're going to be applying tons of pressure, and Spermy trying to see if he can spot one over the top of the railing. There comes the molly. Oh, he had a chance, but Gonzo able to connect, and now it's left up to Dragio. P250 in hand. Here comes Seb, and Seb is able to finish things up. We are all tied up at 11 now, and what looked like RMU was playing pretty well. And then ever since Danimal got his op shot, that is able to allow him to get his groove back. And then after that, we saw the rest of the team start to be able to pick up some rounds. We are all tied up 11, and they are on their T side. That's where they want to be. And so we'll see how this one plays out here, John.
Corey, I've got a question for you. Where was this Kennesaw versus VCU? They are hitting headshots like instantly.
Manny.
I mean, this is almost looking like pro play where you turn a corner and just instant headshot. I mean, like, you have no room for flexibility at all. You miss your shot and you're dead. That's just what this is looking like from Kennesaw. Against VCU, that was absolutely not the case. They have woken up, and I think it's really the revenge. You heard Gonzo say they got destroyed by RMU earlier, and they want vengeance. They want some. They're coming into this not only just wanting to get the part of that prize pool, they're wanting this out of this is a personal bout we're seeing.
That's what you want to see. We're about to see an execute head here towards mid here in a second. You see the flashbangs being set up there. They're going to have a 3-2 split, and we're going to see if Spermy decides to go ahead and push through this smoke or not. And so far, he's trying to see if he can get a better angle. They're still not being able to pay attention to where he's at. They've already made their way into the site. Austin's been able to get one. They've already been able to push directly through the window, and now it's down to a 2-on-3. Manny's holding the CT spawn. He needs to be on the lookout there as he does fall back. That's actually great. He's going to regroup with his teammates, not try to be that choke point, not lose a one-on-one battle. And now that 3-on-2 advantage is now going to work. Oh, my goodness. Manny, you got to throw it through your teammate or around your teammate, not through them. As
First time I've seen someone get headshot with a Molotov.
We've seen some
We've
crazy
sent
some crazy stuff
We saw
today.
with the smoke today.
Oh man!
Can you believe that was the same day?
Yeah, dude. We have seen some crazy stuff today just alone, and we knew this. We knew it happened on Saturday. We knew Saturday was going to bring us a lot of charms, a lot of gifts, and now just like that, and we'll pull up the scoreboard too because I'm going to call out and see Kennesaw on their path to pro. As you can see them. They were down by a lot of rounds. They were down by 4 rounds, and then they were able to fight their way all the way back. They're able to make it now 12-11. They're in favor of Kennesaw. And we're starting to see a team really come to life, as you mentioned there, John. But A-Trek, how's this one going to end up playing out here as we're in another gun round coming in?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. With John whispering that RMU's gonna be the legends, I don't know
Oh,
in my
I haven't
ear,
been
and then
whispering.
I hear. Okay, fine. John's been screaming relentlessly in my ear. The RMU's gonna win, and then Kennesaw is just. They're showing up. They're doing their thing, and as you can see right here, look at this.
Oh, my.
RMU just destroying them right there. That was what, a 2v5?
I'm
Yep.
starting
And,
to notice the trend here. Every
and then now
time
it's gonna
that
go back.
A-Track says something like, RMU, they do something like that with Spermy just getting the 4K.
It happens.
So I'm just saying that's
it's
2 for
just
2.
back and forth, man. Just back and forth, back and forth. If it's not every other round, it's every 2 rounds. We haven't seen like a massive lead yet, so it's definitely a battle of wits, and it's a chess game right now. We'll see what happens. As they're coming in around 25, 12, 12. Another gun round. We're seeing 2 big zoomies on the CT side with RMU, and 1 big zoomie with Kennesaw on the T side.
Let's see
Lots of util usage right now. Looks like they're stacking up for a B push, but I think they have Gonzo over there making some noise. Ooh, are they going through mid?
Well, they've got one
Yeah, it looks
player,
like
and that's
Austin's
Austin.
pushing up.
He's very far forward mid, and they might turn this into an A hit as they smoked off that B site entry from mid, and
I
could
think
just-
Austin was just trying to see if he can find one by car.
that's what I was about to say. They might just use that as confusion. As we know, mid can control a lot of dust too, and that's where they're actually seeing they're regrouping now, thinking their strategy, and it looks like they're going to make their way towards Cats is what would be my assumption as they are boosting onto that box. There is one player, and that's Reality. He's getting pretty close to him, and he's going to get taken out by that grenade of Austin. So the awareness from him to know. Spermy's there to get Gonzo, but they are going to be wrapping around Cat now. He's got a lot of kills to find, and that's a good shot to start it off.
A good molly to follow as well. And
They
that's
just
caused
run
that,
right through it.
that burns a lot of players. They only have 29 seconds left here in this round, John.
Well, they have the sight. They just need to play in their favor, and they're just getting picked off one by Spermy. He's come alive in this round, and
Wow.
he's come alive in this game as well. She's going to close it out with the grenade, and just Kennesaw took way too long to get that bomb down. Allowed the rest of RMU to come in, use that utility. We saw Molotovs all over the place, and then we saw the HE able to close it out. So let's take another look at some of those shots that Spermy was able to land. That's the first one, followed by that beautiful Molotov. Oh, wow, that was actually a pretty solid flick there. And it happened, I guess, so fast I didn't realize it.
That was
Now-
weird. You'd think that they would have just gone to plant for Cat, seeing as they were all mid, but it looked like he really, really wanted to plant for long there, and just didn't. Like, he had plenty of space to put it down behind one of the boxes, and just they kept pushing. I don't know if he didn't realize he had the bomb or what happened there, but that was unfortunate.
I bet Spermy's wondering to himself, how on earth did that shot miss? Must have just gone right between his arms for a field goal. That's 3 points on the board. But I'm surprised that one missed as well. So now we're seeing
Look out, though. You got one in lower B right now, and that was Dragio. Dragio just lurking about, but you also have another player that's inside of CT spawn, that being Reality. And he's about to catch this one. He's going to be heading there with the bomb carrier. That's going to be Gonzo. Gonzo is going to be in a tough spot. And there you go. You see the boom. The bomb just dropping out of his hands. And, oh man, Spermy trying to be able to pick up another one. But this round is getting out of hand as now Kennesaw Danimal is he's going to there's a chance that he's probably going to lose this AWP, and he will. I'm a fan of watching Reality play because he does a lot of pre-firing, and the pre-fire just causes that extra bit of tension. Going, does he see me already? Is this? I mean, it just creates that extra tension that really allows him to be a successful player. Right now he is 21-17. He's the second on his team for kills. But now we're going to see a quick attack heading here towards the B bomb site. And let's see who can be able to hold this one down. You got Welshi and Dragio. Welshi getting the first one off the pick, and they're continuing to be able to push out here. These are Tech 9s that are coming your way, and Welshi's going, what? That didn't hit? So I'll try it again, and now the score is 15-12.
Yeah, Kennesaw didn't find a pick there. It was actually the Molotov from Retro Q that got his teammate. As we look again with Welsh, he actually missed a couple of shots, is able to align himself. That's the one he wishes he had back, but like I said, it didn't make the difference. And now it's 15-12 in RMU's favor. They've had some nice rounds consecutively for themselves. Kennesaw, oh, that's not how you want to start with the collateral.
He took
Oh,
out
goodness.
2 top players, too.
Yes, that is exactly right. And Seb was able to find the return. Man, what turned into a fast cat push turned into a disaster for the side of Kennesaw. We see there are actually 2 players very far forward on long. Can't watch 2 places at once is reality. As he has just gone in behind them somehow. He pushed through the smoke. Austin's able to find the pick. Seb has a return for himself as it's a 2v2. Got a nice setup now as Austin's able to find 1 pick and it's down to Dragio. He's pushing out, but he's completely blind. He's trying to find something, and wow, that is messy. They are both completely blind. Seb tries to poke out. It's gone to a dogfight, and they're going to come out on top. It got scrappy, and exactly when they needed to, they found the kill, and it's 15-13. Kennesaw survives.
This is, I told you this. This is just, it's just back and forth. This is just going to go on forever. It's never going to end. Just keep on going.
Keep on swimming.
Don't say that. I would really like to go
Keep
to bed
on,
at nighttime instead of in the morning. We've had a lot of late nights here, and this one is projected to end at least around 11 o'clock at the latest, and that is at least still p.m. Let's not see an a.m. Let's not see this go into the morning.
Oh, I
Well,
want
if
to see good
RMU is as good as
competition.
you say,
Yeah, I want to see some
it'll only
good
take another
competition.
30 minutes.
I would love to see some good competition. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, once we cross that 85 map threshold, that was the point for me. That's whenever I was like, you know what, I'm just complaining.
You were fine at 84. The second we hit 85 and it caught up to your age, you were just like, man, this has gone too long for me.
That's right. That's right.
As we're at 15-13, and RMU still on match point. Welsh's able to find a pick, and well, they started with 2 picks last round. They weren't able to convert as 4 people come out through B. They are all so blind as Welshie. That's a nice flick. It's a 2-on-3. He's not going to walk in yet. He sees the back of him, and he catches it. It's down to Manny, and it looks like that's all she wrote is he's completely blind. 16-13 in favor of RMU over Kennesaw. They had a nice stretch there on their T side, but RMU being a little bit too strong on the CT.
Yeah, and that's Dust 2 is Kennesaw's map pick as well. They fought as hard as they could going into that game. I think it really just, that map, you have to look at it. I mean, there's one particular player that was just not playing well in the very first half, and you have to have, in a matchup like this, you have to have all 5 players just firing off on all cylinders, and we weren't seeing that. But it was still a really good game, kind of getting down to the very end there. Now it's going to take us into our next map. We'll be heading into Nuke. That will be RMU's pick. We'll see which way that's going to go. Winner stays, or actually winner goes home, and goodness, there's all words and phrases and things.
Winner goes home. Yeah.
The winner will advance to fight off against Purdue, and the loser of this will be eliminated right outside of that top 4. But first, let's check out some of the replays, and we will be right back.
Visit GoArmy.com and learn about 150 different career opportunities available now. Esports and the U.S. Army working together to make things better. We're back here at Esports Stadium Arlington. I finally got my words all figured out as well, so we don't have to worry about John throwing it.
You shook your head off it.
Oh my goodness! It's been fun though. Of course, we've had a lot of matches that we've been covering. We've seen some really great stuff. We've seen some stuff that frustrates us. We've seen some funny stuff. We've seen some sad stuff. I mean, there's been so many different dynamics that have happened throughout this entire tournament. But we are in the final best of 3 for today. we are going to find out who's going to end up in the top 4 at the end of this, John.
And in our fairness, we have been here for over 12 hours today.
Just
we
alone,
haven't
yep.
been casting for 12 hours. We've been in the building, obviously, setting up the show, making sure we're looking all nice and pretty, making sure my hair's intentionally this messy. I obviously want to look like this on purpose.
Right.
But, yeah, Corey, you want to just take that?
Yep, absolutely. So also joining us as well, of course, has been talking with us is 8-Track. 8-Track is, we've been having a lot of fun going into these series, and currently what we're doing is we're going to actually transfer over to a different server. So it's going to allow these players, they're talking about it, they said that they had a couple times they were getting some packet loss, and so we'll make sure that we are able to help that out as well. Of course, competition integrity is the main factor that we always care about before we even worry about the broadcast. We talked about that time and time again. That is very, very important to us here. So
I believe one of the players said the server was Beans. That's what I saw in the chat. He said it was Beans.
You understood.
Yes.
Understood.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a while. I'm going to start using that again. I like that. Beans.
Cool
Solid
beans.
one.
Cool beans.
Oh, not cool beans, but just that's the.
No, cool beans. Never seen Hot Rod?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was a great. Oh,
Yes.
man. I remember the first time I saw that movie and he just kept falling down the hill. I don't know how old I was, but for some reason I just thought that was so funny. That was a good movie.
When he's punch dancing in the woods. Oh, such a good movie.
Sweet. Oh, man. Trying to keep us back on track here. Of course, you got with RMU, they took the first map 16-13. They're on Dust 2. That was Kennesaw's pick. So we'll be paying attention to that one. Of course, we're heading in here to Nuke. Man, kind of going back to it, I'm going to try to flip through and see my notes because we have seen Nuke with Kennesaw. And then that matchup. Actually, I'm trying to. We did not.
I was about
We
to say,
did
I
not.
don't think
We did
we've
not.
seen Kennesaw with Nuke.
We've only seen Dust 2. We saw that earlier today, and that was a 16-8 in favor of Kennesaw, and that's probably why they were thinking what they're thinking. But they're playing against a completely different team. St. Clair College that we had today is a completely different team that we see here for RMU. Maybe the St. Clair College we saw yesterday. That team was really, really, really good. I'd say that they were at a really high par to be able to be a quote-unquote RMU. Definitely not an RMU, but close to it. But today, maybe they felt a little bit secure about themselves, being able to go into this matchup. But now we're about to see them play against RMU here on Nuke. And, John, this could be a tough one for Kennesaw.
Yeah, it will. I think it'll definitely be a fight, that's for sure. Because Kennesaw, we know they're very comfortable on Nuke. Dust 2. We've seen Dust 2 8 times, and I'm pretty sure half of those times are Kennesaw. And so that's just a map that they're most familiar with. I think Gonzo even said when we interviewed him, he said that that's just a map that is their favorite or their most comfortable.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. I just feel like I remember hearing that. And so going into a map pick from RMU that's not Inferno, I'm just led to believe that they're going to play ridiculous. I mean, we saw UConn play it to perfection, same as Kansas State. They just love attacking that 8 bomb site, keeping things fast. And I can imagine that RMU, to the caliber of team that they are, they're going to have some insane executes. Their smokes are always going to be on point. We're going to need to make sure that outside is going to be completely smoked off pretty much most of the time.
Yep.
I have a feeling Squeaky Door is going to get blown open a lot, and then I have a feeling they're going to see smokes immediately go in, and then they're going to go down vent quick. I mean, we're going to see it all. I feel like we're really going to see it all from RMU, and that's at least what I expect at the minimum.
I think we're going to see probably a few things. We're definitely going to see a lot of those smokes that you're talking about, basically to allow them to have the ability to do whatever they would like to. We see that time and time again on Nuke, where you set up your smokes and it will allow you to, if you want to be able to push towards different locations as you see fit, but you don't have to. That's the main caveat to the whole thing. You do not have to pressure them. All that does is it creates new tension for the counter-terror side, and that's how it lends itself well to becoming a T-sided map. It's just due to the utilities that you can use. But for yourself, A-Track, what are some of the things that you think you're going to be looking forward to seeing on a map like Nuke with these two types of teams?
Oof. I like Nuke. It's got a lot of really weird angles, and I don't know, like you said, it's T-sided, so I don't know. We'll see. I really, really want to see someone do a 360 no-scope off the top of Marshmallow and not die. That's what I want to see. You said you had one guy jump off Marshmallow and like barely survive and clutch the round?
I don't know about clutch the
like
round.
2 weeks ago?
He
He survived. Okay.
jumped
We'll call
off
it
and he
survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's like
splatted.
6 HP.
He was like 6 or it was 6
Yeah.
or 9. It was
Yep.
something single digits, and he survived, so it didn't matter.
It
But
was definitely no 360, no scope.
yeah, I don't think
420
we'll
swag,
see
no.
that one. But hey, if we
No,
see
I've
it,
been
we
playing
see
too
it.
much
That'll
Call
be
of
cool.
Duty.
And so here we are in the Cedar Creek nuclear power plant, the world's safest plant in the world. Wow, the safest plant in the world. So there we go. We're going to start off with Kennesaw on the CT side. So that means it's the map pick of RMU, and they're going to start on their T side. That means we're going to see what they have up their sleeves from the get-go. And that's going to give Kennesaw exactly what they need to work with to understand what they have to do, the damage that they need to create on their T side. So as a reminder, this is the quarterfinals and the loser side. The loser of this will go home, and the winner will meet Purdue in the semifinals on the lower brackets for the and whoever goes to that loses and gets out of 4th place. I'm getting too far ahead of myself.
Yep.
As we're getting onto the 8 bomb sites, they are just rushing in. Is RMU. Look at the damage they've done. Gonzo's at 14. Austin's at full, but he is all alone in this garage, and they're just going to hunt him down.
Wow, I mean, just like that, you saw them apply pressure quickly up towards the upper bomb site there, and now it's left up to Austin. Austin in a 1v5. And he's just looking to cause some damage, add some money there into the bank, and it's going to be just like that. RMU with a very successful pistol round, and the main thing that we're going to be on the lookout for, this is a CT-sided map. But if RMU can slam the bomb sites over and over again and just take it directly to Kennesaw and break their money throughout most of this game, can become a T-sided map.
I want to point out something very small here and probably has no impact and no real relevance to that round. But for the last kill on Austin, there was 2 players that weren't that close to him. And with those Glocks, we know they're not that effective at long range. But they both just went for body shots over and over and over, basically forcing Austin to get the headshot. And as you saw, his health just started to dwindle little by little. And they eventually just took him down through body shots. So they at least applied pressure to him to get something going. And hey, I mean, that's going to work out. And I just thought that was a little cool thing I wanted to point out is normally we see players just whiffing a plethora of shots. And all of a sudden they both have to reload and you have this awkward situation. But RMU just realizing, all right, let's just whittle him down. He's got to hit us eventually. And there's still 2 of us here. So if we're both just tagging him, then eventually he's going to go down. And that's exactly how that one concluded as we see them going quickly to the B bomb site. Now there's no one there. There's absolutely no one to greet them there as they're going to get the bomb site for free as Dragio's actually found the one player that was there is Austin. Gonzo's made his way there. The bomb is being planted now by Welshie. And they're going to see that silence. They're just pushing too far forward. And now they fall one by one into the hands of RMU, and it's just left to Manny. Something I just want to call out here, it's the second round. And Manny, okay,
Ooh, nice
Manny finds
shot.
that kill. I was about to say, they're about to go into the second
Wow.
round with only 1 kill under their belt. I know it's not that uncommon, given it's the pistol, and given it's the ecos coming out further. Manny's actually doing some pretty decent damage. Okay, they close him out now. Stop the bleeding. And that's the second round on the board. I would say, Corey, the norm of what we've seen in this tournament is that the second round is actually pretty painful no matter what. It's hardly ever we see a second round where the team who won the pistol comes in and just wipes out 5 clean. And whenever that happens, we always see an immediate third. It feels like in this tournament. So Kennesaw now heading into round number 3, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I thought we'd see a lot of just breaking down the door, getting the smoke, and going straight down the vent. It seems like it was just a bait.
Yeah, Spermy was trying to be able to pull him in, lure in the player to see, and he still might, as Spermy has already made his way down there. Sturmy is actually a world-class Quake player. That's where that slip-up came from. But Spermy,
The more you know.
yeah, who's actually one of the founders of Face It, if you ever wanted to know that information either.
Man, you just have a plethora of fun
Yep.
facts,
Yep,
Corey.
so,
That crosshair placement. Oh.
yeah, reality there with a really nice AK. We'll see how Austin's able to fare here. He's got multiple players to worry about, and he's going to get team shot as Welshie will be the one that picks up the frag. As now Gonzo going to be holding down. He's got the bomb. As he's going to go ahead and make that call out. They're not going to be able to pick that one up. And you can see the player's going to be retreating back. He's going to wait for Spermy. And RetroQ, he might bait this out. But he didn't need to because Spermy just pushed right through. there's going to be the molly to be able to slow things down if there's a player.
Oh,
man.
my Lord.
What a reaction coming
What?
in from Spermy there. And so now it's going to be down to a 1-on-2, and just like that, it was a 3-on-2 in favor of Kennesaw, where it looked like they had a chance, and they had the bomb in their possession, and now you can see it. RMU has been able to get the bomb planted. They've taken out 2 players, and now they know exactly where Danimal's at. And Danimal has to make one ridiculous play after another to be able to pull this one off. He checks one really close angle, and then after that he'll be taken out. 3-0 here for RMU. Great job coming in from Spermy, making 2 really good shots.
Remember what I said last map, Corey, with just the flicks? If you miss your headshot, you're basically going to get taken out. That's exactly what happened there into Austin. He didn't get the instant headshot, and he got instant headshot back, and oh my Lord. Just the way he stretches and just flicks his whole arm down to find that kill as Spermy. That's disgusting. 3-0 on the board. They'll be going against the Eco now as Seb's getting aggressive. And Molotov's going to force him out of position. Oh, Seb's able to wrap around. And now Welshie.
Flank right now. Jesus.
Just as we said, wrapping around. And now Danimal's going to find 1. He's going to find 2. Okay. Starting to deal some damage. He finds the AWP. He sees Retro Q with utility in hand, and he's not able to get him. He's down to 12. He'd love to get that gun out of his hands. Take some money out of those pockets as Retro's like, all right, guys. We know they're there. Let's just go down under. And that's exactly where they're going to this B bomb site. It's going to be uncontested. As, ooh. Getting tagged as Manny. He's going to pre-fire around and find Retro Q. He's at 2 HP. But he's got that up. Weapon can be lethal. As like you said, Corey, if they push onto this bomb site, they're gonna have to find 2 miraculous shots. If they've got a great crossfire for themselves.
Yeah, the bomb's planted in a terrible position, so they can't even fake it. They can't even tap it. And there you go. Spermy gets 2 more. And Spermy's playing really, really well. I think we may have found one of his best maps coming into this one off the start. Of course, it's only a 4-0 lead, and RMU ends up calling a tactical timeout. But A-Track, what have you seen so far in this game?
Well, it looks like Spermy had a full and complete breakfast or something because he is going off. Yesterday he dropped the ball, and today it looks like he's picking it back up and throwing it in the enemy's face. So looking pretty good. It definitely rush tactics at this point. I think it's they're getting to the site, planting the bomb, and then the retake from Kennesaw is just not working out, as we're seeing a 0-4 scoreline right now. So I don't know. If it keeps going this way, they got to swap something up or figure out what they're gonna do with their lives, because it's just gonna be another loss if they keeps going like this.
Corey, as you said, this is how it turns into a T-sided map.
Yep, exactly.
When you start getting in the pressure, you get these default smokes going. And that just opens up so many different avenues. And this time, they set the smokes up outside, and Welshie's just going to be like, well, I'm just going to make my way to secret. There's no one there to challenge me. And you just see these CTs. They're spread out so much. They have so many different positions that they need to worry about. Those smoke grenades just being so much of a nuisance. And A-Track, as you have always said, is Counter-Strike one of those games where you can win without even killing someone. And that's what it looks like RMU's doing. Yes, they're finding all the picks. Yes, they're finding all the kills. Most importantly, the smokes are just so powerful. Because Reality is able to just take out multiple, or excuse me, RMU is able to take out multiple there, and they're going to get the A bomb site. We were on board with Welshie as he made his way downwards. And that wasn't even where the focus was at. They got 4 people on site on A. That's 3 fall.
Yeah, Kennesaw there. Of course, they had mentioned before during the Gonzo interview that they played against each other in a best-of-3 yesterday. And RMU got the best of them. And they really want this revenge, and right now it's not working out too well for him. As off shots are coming through, and Austin, he just doesn't know how to save a weapon. I've never once ever seen him actually try to save a weapon in the normal fashion. He always challenges. But there you have it, 5-0 in favor of RMU. They are on the T side of Nuke, traditionally a CT-sided map. And just like that, they're now back onto a Deagle save coming in.
And just as the rounds state, it's 0-5, just like Seb's scoreline. Seems like one of these players on the side of Kennesaw is just not finding their stride. And we saw how much of a difference that made when Danimals came online. They were able to start bouncing back and forth. And you got to start wondering if Seb is holding his team back to some extent. But I will say I don't think that's the reason. I think RMU is just They're hitting every shot they need to. These smokes are just causing so much havoc for the side of Kennesaw. They're having to spread out so much, and then RMU's just finding one-off picks everywhere, which is just making it impossible for Kennesaw to get anything going. Okay, well, Austin, as I say that, is able to find a one-on-one with Reality.
You can see them starting to be able to work their way up. Spermies have been able to pick up 2 here with the AK. There's another one coming in from Jargio. Of course, Austin has been able to find himself an AK in this scenario. Bomb's going to get planted. He immediately goes out. He wants to be able to try to do something here for his team. It's just not going to happen. And so there you have it, 6-0 right now. And oh my goodness.
That was an eco, at least, for the side of Kennesaw. It was an eco. They stripped 2 rifles down, but
This round is hyper critical for Kennesaw.
it is.
It is all about morale. It's about how they can be able to play as a unit. As right now they have just been getting demolished by RMU, and so we'll see. They've got a double op setup. They've got Gonzo and Danimal. As Danimal is going to take a look here from ramp room, see if he can be able to spot one in the trophy room. We'll see if he's going to be able to make that happen. He's going to get blinded. Perfect flashbang come over. That's going to allow them to be able to get to a different position. Here comes a Molly to the back corner. Oh my goodness, and he just shoots him through the wall. And it's not enough. In reality, able to finish things off. Manny on a quick rotate. He's also going to get caught off guard. There's other action happening on the outside. That was Retro Q, who is able to pick up that AWP shot. As Fermi, he's going to get challenged, and Seb is going to get taken down. As Seb is now 0-7. And finally, Gonzo says, okay. We cannot get out of this round without getting at least 1 or 2 kills, and there you have it. All of these kills, I'm gonna take us back for a second. So as you see those score lines right there on the left-hand side of your screen, Gonzo, those are 2 scrap kills that we had seen. The Austin kills right there, those 2 kills out of his 4 kills, those are scrap kills that are coming in. And so all of the rounds that we've seen, all the kills that we've seen coming in for Kennesaw right now are all scrap kills. They are not legitimate kills that you can look at and say, that's the player that's playing well right now. The entire team is being shut down by RMU. There's not a single player that I would really want to focus on. Just because someone has 0 kills did not necessarily mean anything. As you can see, that is actually real kills coming on the board. But Gonzo is going to be taken down, and they have to really figure this out. They do have the advantage. They have the 3-on-2 advantage going in here for Kennesaw. And we'll see if they are able to hold on to this. As they now know where they're going, they're trying to tap away. Manny up on top of Marshmallow. And, of course, he's going to get challenged there by Retro Q, but now it's down to a 1-on-3. If Kennesaw loses this, then the whole thing is blown up here. But there's going to be one player that's playing in a nice little secret spot waiting for the plant, and he's going to creep his way around. That's going to be Danimal. Danimal says, thank you. We have round number 1 going in here for Kennesaw. That is 7-1 now here for RMU.
And Corey, last round is the one you said that was the hypercritical one. They lost that, and now they've won with an eco. That has got to feel good. The Deagles came online, and those are some great shots coming out from Seb and Gonzo. I don't know why they tried to challenge Manny in that position. He had the upper hand, and Danimal was able to get himself tucked away on the site. That's exactly the boost they needed, but something I wanted to call out as you were saying all that is they have to make it through another gun round, even if they win against RMU. And holy cow, look at them go right now. It's down to Reality and Welshie. Reality just jumps and fences, waiting for his team. He doesn't even wait for his teammate. He just goes.
Yeah, Austin trying to be hopeful there, see if he can be able to get a spray through the smoke. He was hoping that Welshie was going to be trailing him, and it just didn't happen. But Reality, as you mentioned, he's the bomb carrier. He's the one that's already made his way down towards this lower bomb site. And all Welshie is doing is really just trying to be able to give us some cover here, see if anybody was able to trail him, and that's not going to be the case. And so Kennesaw must have had a little bit of a pep talk, because now it's back to that 3-on-1 left up to Reality with the bomb carrier. And he is still trying to work things out. They know exactly where he's at. There's no question here. But that might work in Reality's favor because they keep peeking him now. Now down to a 1-on-2. Austin low to health. He's got 13 HP. Gonzo has an op, which is not ideal for a retake. And so we'll see what ends up happening. A game of ring around the rosy, checking different angles. And he's going to go ahead and backtrack. He's right behind Austin at this point. He doesn't know that yet, and that's why you see him kind of backpedaling. Now he knows. He heard the glass break, and this is going to give him a better angle here. They're going to go ahead and work around. He doesn't realize it. This is a great scenario. There could be a smoke grenade that could go down to be able to provide some support, but no! Reality wins a 1-on-3 just like that, playing the round incredibly smart. Again, working in their favor, as you saw. RMU just being able to hold it down, that being more importantly Reality. As we take another look, here's that last moment to be able to finish off the round. He picks up a 4K there, and the score now is 8-1 in favor of RMU. 8-track, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, that glass break, that was the telltale for him to push right there. And that was pivotal right there, honestly. They even said it in the chat. They said, thank you for breaking the glass. And that was just, that was his cue. It's my time. And he came up right behind him and just got that two-piece, and just, especially, sorry, the quick two-piece after getting the third kill there. We're already seeing a lot of speed here already, as RMU's already coming down on the B site and getting control of that right here. Oh, Gonzo with a close op shot there. Oh, another nice flick shot on Reality.
That was nice.
Just holding it down, just being absolutely dominant with this op right now. And you were saying that the op is not good for retakes, but as you can see right here, Gonzo is showing you what he can do. Seeing if he can pick up another one here. He does have, who is that right there? He does have Retro real close, as we see two Zoomy boys real close. Oh, but Danimal gets the nice shot on him there. Spermy holding the off angle, gets the kill on him there. That's another one for RMU. They are just absolutely, they're a force to be reckoned with right now. Look at this.
Behind that 1v3 of Reality, they said, you know what? You made that bomb site look real good, and they just ran right in, took all authority, and sealed out that round for themselves. It's 9-1 on their T side, Corey. They are showing why this is their map pick, and here we go again. The other smokes, they're going to go fast through Vince this time, and it seems like Spermy just really likes trying to bait this out. It's not going to work. As we've seen some conflicts go down, players trading. Seems like that time it actually works out in his favor. Spermy played the long Kong there, and now he's going to push out of the vents. He's going to throw a Molotov to cover himself. Gonzo's the lone player on this side. He's going to be joined by Danimal. They have Deagles, and they've set up a crossfire from themselves, and, well, there they go. Gonzo's able to find trade. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me with these shots from Gonzo. Corey, you say you love seeing it, and he just always keeps giving more and more. Gonzo is insane. But now he's found himself an AK, and he's found himself in a 1v2 situation. Dragio and RetroQ looking to just play it from the sights. He goes towards the vents, and that's a good pop flash to get himself out there. And he's got himself out quick. As he sees nothing, as now Dragio's gone to Hut. The other side is RetroQ. As he drops down and instantly gets headshotted there by Dragio. 10-1. At some point, you got to wonder, when will the bleeding stop? When will Kennesaw find anything? If they can find anything, or are they just going to close it out on the side for RMU, as they have just appeared to be absolutely unstoppable. In rounds we thought they shouldn't win, they pull a rabbit out of their hats, and they get a 1v3 clutch. They are just absolutely a beast to be reckoned with. And now you see, there's that default. They thought someone might run through there, and then they just start spraying. They're changing up their game plan. Kennesaw is absolutely lost in this half.
That's what we talked about in the pregame. I mean, the reality for this map is just making sure you set yourself up for success every single round. You do the exact same thing with your utility over and over again, but here we have it. The double op setup is locking down the ramp room right now. As both Gonzo, oh no, okay, there it is. Reality tried something, he was getting cheeky, and it just didn't work out there. He's going to get knocked down to 63 HP. He's going to go ahead and see if he can find something else. There is Seb. Seb's going to go ahead, and he just baits the ladder as his teammate's going to be pushing up there. That was the right call there for him, as now he's going to go ahead and fall to the flame, and now it's going to be left up to Reality yet again to a 1-on-3. This time, though, he does not have the bomb. So we'll see.
Corey, he had the discipline to not shoot Austin, but him not shooting Austin not only lost him the kill, but Austin found one of his teammates. He got traded afterwards, but him not pulling the trigger in that moment is what led to them. Was a key point in that round, and that is 2 on the board here for Kennesaw. That's something.
The only detail, though, on that one, John, he was on the ladder, so he's not making that shot without making it up the ladder all the way into.
Yeah.
So he can't make a shot. And
You're
so
super inaccurate when you're on the ladder.
yeah, so he had to make it all the way. He wanted to get up on the top. He wanted to get on the ground floor for the upper bomb site to be able to make that shot. But what I did like, though, is that he baited it. He baited the ladder, and his teammate could have been able to provide some success. He just didn't win his gunfight. Danimal, though, opening up another one here, finding a one completely blinded. And Welshie, he's had his knife out for a while, trying to speed through this. You know, Welshie, one of those mall walkers here, is now he's graduated from RMU. And he'll be able to pick up one there into Manny. That'll be able to kick things off. He finds himself a second one. As now it's left up to Danimal here.
Kennesaw just keeps finding themselves in these 1v3s and 1v2s. And Danimal's here with the op as well. We'll see how this goes. Oh, through the smoke. This is going to be weird. Who's going to see whose toes first?
Oh! Yeah, there's no question he's going to try for a
Flick
no-scope on that one. Yeah, but there it is. As they know where he was going to be located at immediately after you heard the boom of the AWP. 11-2 here, John. RMU just playing such an effective T-side on Nuke. You said it in the beginning, John. The smokes, the nade to blow up the door, going and being able to play around with vent, smoking off over here towards the secret side, creating that wall here every single round to allow them to have success, to be able to choose as they want to. But that is another factor right there, is being the reality of the situation.
Good Lord. They didn't even get smokes this time, and he just finds 2 picks out of nowhere. No flashes, no anything. Just entry duels. Man, this team is so strong as he's trying to tap away with that FAMAS, and man, just not able to connect. Well, she's at 19, and he gets taken down. Okay, well, it's a 1v2. It's Drago. It's your turn. Doesn't have the bomb, but I don't think it got spotted that it went down. So that's the difference with this time.
Right.
As we see, he might find. Oh, okay. Gonzo was actually way tucked back there. He's in garage. Very strange position to be playing.
Well, he just wants to be able to wait for it. It's the easiest angle for him to be able to play.
And don't you dare tell me it's going to work, too. It is going to work. Wow. That is very good situational awareness. That is not a normal. That is, in my opinion at least, this is my opinion, I don't think that is a normal angle someone to hold in a situation like that.
I think it was the only angle that he had at the time. Is the better way of looking at it, because he was able to pick up some kills. He was grouped up with the teammates that was action on the outside. Then that is the only thing he could fall back to. The only difference is that Dragu had no clue that that's where he was last seen. And so from there, now we have Danimal, who's been able to pick up a couple, but oh my goodness, Retro Q is man, he's got his own 50 cal, but it's in a pistol form.
And I heard some of the people on the production side talking in my ear, so we might have to get a replay of that shot. As Dragio actually almost wins that bout against Manny as well, giving him the 18 HP. And now it's just, this was an eco round, Corey, and the bomb's gotten planted. Reality's got an AWP, and Retro Q's got the only gun that he needs apparently. This is now a 1v2. As they push onto the side. 11-4 scoreline, I was saying for, oh, wait a second. No, that's the T side. I've got myself backwards. I was going to say that's not a bad scoreline, but you'd see this for the CTs. As, yep, that's the only shot that he needed. Oh, I thought he was going to have it.
Oh, no.
Sebastian's not the one with the kit, but he will have enough time to get this one on the board for his team. That is 4 for Kennesaw. They wanted 11. They didn't want 4, and they're going to have an uphill climb to fight. And this second half, Corey, is... Well, that was just an incredible T-side.
Well, here we have it. RMU, they got sent down to the lower bracket by VCU. As we take a look at some of these moments here in this round, and you can see right there.
AK delivery service.
Oh, man. Just dropping the bomb right there so we can see what happens here for this pistol round. Let's see how this one's going to go ahead and get started. See, they've got players that are already, they're actually committing down towards the lower bomb site. They've got a few guys playing in the ramp room, and so this plan of attack is interesting. Let's switch over to the T side, because the action's really going to happen over the upper bomb site, because that's where they're already set up. And so here comes the attack, but there's no one here. It's open. And so what you would expect, a tactic like this for RMU, you expect a really solid retake idea, but we'll see if that actually happens as Austin has picked up 2. Can he be able to do a third as Dragio is right there. Now, Reality has been able to push through. He's got this P2K, and just like that, they're coming directly into the site. And, oh, my goodness, as Seb is able to pick up another one. Now it's left up to Dragio down to this 1-on-2 here in the pistol. As he just drops down, and he drops right into the action there for Gonzo. And now it's 5-11. Kennesaw, they've got their hiking boots because this is going to be a long trail to do anything here against RMU.
Anything is possible, Corey. Anything is possible. We've learned that. I mean, just watching Purdue is just a sign of that. Anything can happen in this tournament at any time. So I'm not going to put Kennesaw out of this one just yet. They've got some utility to work with, and they've got the guns. It should be a 6 for them. Man, he's taking just a load of damage. They're actually getting incredibly aggressive. Man, he's taken over lobby single-handedly. All the players are outside, as you can see it.
Well, she's just way back in spawn.
They're going to now push forward, and Reality shifted his focus, and that's a great position to be holding. I'm sure they'll have some ideas. He's going to hear all the footsteps. He might be able to catch one player as now he's peeking through. That was a team kill. Oh, no. And then Reality comes out, and so does RetroQ at the same time. They just completely pinch them, and Gonzo's at 12 health, and, man, you hate to see that. If you wanted to start seeing the comeback from Kennesaw, that just made it much, much harder. They won the pistol and lost the following after fully investing, and that is certainly just... Oh, man, that might solidify a few rounds for the side of RMU. As that scout is still in the hands of Welshie. We see a Bison on Spermy, 2 MAC-10s, and an AK. As they are quickly going to the B ramp, and Spermy's got the gun for the job, and it accomplishes nothing. Wow, would you look at that? They're just going to continue onto the site now. They're going to be met by Dragio. He's close. And he's got a MAC-10 in hand. He's going to hear the bomb. And he's going to try and spray, and it goes down. It still goes down. They're going to be happy about that at the least. Still trying to push forward. The utilities coming in, and hey, look at that. They're actually finding a lot of trades, but it's not enough, as the trades did not go in their favor, and it was not nearly enough of them. And RMU is going to find 13.
Oof. Reality is going 24-11 right now.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun. Having very little respect. This is what we had seen in the first 2 maps from RMU in their matches. At 0 respect, they had fun. I mean, I'm not going to say with the chatter because I think the chatter should always stay in game, allowing the players to say what they want to say. But Reality, of course, has also been having fun and chatting with the other team and making some strategic recommendations. But here we have it.
Oh,
Welshie has shut down the outer side.
Yep.
And there goes 14-5, 2 rounds away, and
here comes the guns.
Oh man, you know, looking at it from a Kennesaw perspective, as we take a look at a few of the highlights here. From Kennesaw's perspective, they got demolished yesterday in a best-of-3 outside of our tournament, and right now they're playing them again, and the same factors are coming into play. And they are just not feeling good about it. But here comes the attack. They're heading here towards the outer side. That's going to be a Reality. Reality actually picks up a grenade, and his teammate keeps him alive. That's Welshie. Welshie, while he is blind, able to pick up one, manning up on top of the mini garage. But the damage has been done. As now you can see, both the players are both by the red box. And Austin giving some cover there as RetroQ goes down. It is now down to a 2-on-2, and they've got him sandwiched here. He's up on top of Marshmallow. This is going to catch him off guard, and there you have it, as Spermy actually gets the other one up on top of Marshmallow.
What a smart call out. I believe that was Welshie. He was the one who threw down that Molotov, and it absorbed that smoke, and that's what left that giant gap outside. They ran forward and right into the clamps of RMU, and now it is match point, 15-5. Corey, you said they needed to get their boots on because it's going to be it's going to be quite a hike. I mean, they've got to get all of it now. More than just the boots.
Well, they got to weather the storm. The storm's already coming. I mean, it's one round away. It's already here. They need to get to hiking already. As here we have it, Dragio. He finds one. And Welsh are going to be there as well. This could be it. It's left up to Danimal. Danimal all by himself, and RMU takes this one 16-5. And there you have it, RMU. They will advance into our top four. The final four here in this tournament. They will now be facing off against Purdue in this lower bracket semifinal. Wow, what a game. As we see that one being able to play out is RMU. They take that series 2-0 there, A-Track.
That was nutty. That the first round was so back and forth, and the second one was just so one-sided, it felt like. Especially on a map like Nuke where you expect CTs to be more dominant. It was just RMU is just coming out with the brass tactics and just destroying them. That was nutty.
Yeah, it comes back to the fact, I mean, it's you set up your grenades, you set up your smokes and flashes, and then from there you're able to have a constant plan of attack. That's something that we also saw from UConn, an aggressive boom, boom, boom. It's not one of those maps like Overpass. It's not one of those maps like Inferno. You're not looking for picks. You're just making crazy things happen, and you're seeing what sticks. And we saw right there, really the main thing about Nuke is the timing. It's the choke points. It's off the spawns. The spawns are off in terms of it allows them to be able to have that extra edge. The CTs cannot always get into position, and that's why Nuke is such an effective map. It is a CT-sided map if you let the CTs get into position, but it is a T-sided map when you don't let them get into position. And we saw from RMU they had complete control going into that second map, and they, of course, are going to be the ones that are victorious and beating Purdue. John, man, what a whole day of really good play here as we're in our weekend, our final weekend of the tournament. And now we've narrowed all of those 28 teams down to 4.
Yeah. I mean that you nailed it on the head. Is that was a fantastic series. Is Kennesaw put up a great fight, and then we saw what RMU can do on a map that's not Inferno. The Dust game was, I would say, scrappy, but I think that's just Dust too. That's just the nature of that map. And then you said Nuke, as we always said, that's the very strategic. That is one of those maps. I think that's why Astralis was so good, because they play a very structured game.
Yep.
It's like you don't play pub style on Nuke. You play structured to the T. You carry over the one in every circumstance, and you have to be calculated in everything you do. RMU showing absolutely that they are so strong as a calculated, structured team.
One of the things that I like about Nuke is my last comment that I'll make is it starts off, every round starts off with that tactical play. But then it usually ends up with the clutch play at the end. That is how Nuke always plays out. And you see how those kind of work out there in favor. And RMU had some ridiculous 1v situations and being able to take round after round and be able to make it there, having that 16-5 scoreline. A-Track, what are some of your last comments to be able to wrap up tonight?
I just want to say that was really awesome to watch. I had a lot of fun with that. Thank you guys for letting me be here. I appreciate it. I'm going to give a plug for U.S. Army Esports, if that's okay with you, before I go out. If you guys want to check out U.S. Army Esports, obviously the U.S. Army is an esports team. If you didn't know, now you do. We have our own Discord, discord.gg/US Army Esports. We're on all the social medias, all the streaming platforms, all that cool stuff. Check us out. We're either at U.S. Army Esports or /US Army Esports on everything and anything. So go check us out and go support us. Come play with some soldiers in the Discord. You don't have to be in the military to join, but if you want to be on one of the teams, you do have to be active duty or reserves. So that's it. And I'm A-Track.
So A-Track, one last thing. I wanted to ask you a question before Corey got there was, do you believe me now with RMU?
I mean they're cool, I guess.
Nice.
Hey,
I'll take it.
Take it.
We take those.
No, they played fantastic today. Like I said, I think it was just what they had for breakfast yesterday or something. I don't know. It was just a little bit off yesterday compared to how they played today.
Well, there you have it.
That's getting weird, sorry.
So we have it where RMU just playing a really, really good game. Of course, now it's down to our top 4 as VCU and UCF are in the winner bracket finals, and RMU and Purdue are in the lower bracket semifinals. as whichever team wins the matchup between Purdue and RMU in that best of three, they'll be waiting to see who the loser is from VCU and UCF. And with that said, I can see it here on my own side. We also have Spermy here with us. And so it was a really good game to watch in terms of both maps, looking at the different level of play. Spermy, kind of talk us through how the first map went for you guys there on Dust 2, because it felt a little scrappy to begin with.
Yeah, so Dust, we were pretty much trying to be really organized and just come in with like a good plan. And we kind of just hit some walls. They're deagles pretty much, and they were destroying us on eagles. So yeah, we just kind of tried to figure out where the weak points are as CTs and the open pitch. And then for T side, or we were CT side, we just kind of decided to double up based on how they were trying to be executed, and it really worked for us.
No, it was a good game to watch you guys. It was one of the chances we had to see you on a different map. It was the very first time you've been playing, and for us on our tournament side, we've seen you only on Inferno, and so for the very first time, we got the chance to be able to see you on Dust 2. So that was good to be able to see. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Nuke for a second. You guys attacked well. You attacked over and over again with the exact same utility. But you guys, the way you approached it was a little bit different. I saw you breaking through. You went through the squeaky door and dropping into vent and seeing who was going to follow you each and every round. It only took, I think we saw it maybe one or two times where we actually saw a player follow you in the end.
Yeah. So pretty much with that, we wanted to just have like a set default where we're always breaking the door, having them worry about if up or and then sometimes I'll just get into vents and I'll just hold off all rotations. Pretty much their job will be to clear all the lower and then not have to worry about anybody rotating. So that was a kind of a simple game plan that you abuse, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, it's the right way to play it. I mean, the reality is the timing on Nuke doesn't really allot the CTs the opportunity to get into position and get set up. So it just makes sense to be able to blow the doors off the hinges and try to see what you can be able to do with that. I'm going to change the script here. I'm not necessarily going to talk about Counter Strike. Based off of the information that I know, you can always correct me if I'm wrong. You're a graduate from RMU, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So how was it being at RMU and going through that and going through the graduate? And what's the next step for you here, Spermy?
So yeah, it was fairly easy. A lot of people think it's not legit in terms of scholarships and stuff like that. But it was a smooth ride, smooth sailing. A lot of fun. You get to experience and a lot of good things and meet a lot of cool people. And yeah, so like once I graduated, obviously I'm still playing with the guys for a bit.
Yep.
After that, I'm just gonna explore my options since I'm a computer science major. We'll see where that goes.
All right, so we're going to have to get you connected with some different people that are in the esports industry that know all about computer science, that are all a part of it. I see a key focus is also is in networking as well. So I've got a few different people that are in the esports scene. There's actually a group. So we have just for anyone that's watching, we've got 2 gigs of internet up and down that's actually burstable to 10 gigs if we wanted to. And we work with a group called Black Star Group. It's a good friends of ours. They've worked on every esports group that you can think of. More importantly, a lot of the major league gaming events and making sure that all of those infrastructures are in place. So we've got contacts here, and even though you're graduating now, or more so, you've graduated. I still want to have you come down and check out the facility, and more importantly,
Awesome.
get connected to the rest of the team, because it would have been awesome to have you be up on the stage during our collegiate tournament. But that doesn't mean that we won't ever see you up on our stage right behind us here.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I appreciate that a lot.
Awesome. Well, that's what we try to do. We try to make sure that we're connecting all the dots for everybody. Spermy, congratulations, and moving on. You'll be playing against Purdue tomorrow. Do you have any final comments before we wrap up here for the night?
No, I think we're just gonna be preparing for the matches coming up, and I just want to tell you guys thank you for, the cool stream. It's set up really well, and you guys just keep doing your thing.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Spermy. It means a lot. All right, well, we're going to be able to catch you tomorrow in the matchup against Purdue. That's going to be a great game. That starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be our very first matchup that we're going to start with. Then directly after that, we'll see VCU. Here's our finals bracket, as you can see right here on the screen. So at the very top, you've got our upper bracket round. That's VCU versus UCF. That matchup is going to happen directly after the matchup between Purdue and Robert Morris University. That's going to be, I think, the Purdue and RMU matchup is going to be crazy. And the only reason why it's going to be crazy is you've got a team, a solid team being RMU that has definitely been playing together, that has found their groove. They know how their smokes and how they be able to attack, but they are aggressive. They're in your face. Then you have Purdue that is also hyper aggressive, but not really a quote-unquote team per se. They've been thrown together, and they've just been playing lights out throughout this entire tournament, and we'll see what's able to happen there. That clash of the Titans just smashing into each other, that entire series, even if it goes into a best-of-3, the full 3 maps, could be done in a heartbeat.
And even to that point, I think that might be Purdue's X factor. Is a lot of people have doubted them. A lot of people have probably looked at them as being this guy of, it's just the shot up show. And then we see Newsty stepping up. We see Cyber stepping up. We see everyone on that team stepping up. And as M8 mentioned, they just take trades, they win trades, and they just keep doing it over and over and over again. And so that one will be a very aggressive series, I have a feeling. Corey, I think those could get to very high round counts, and I think those could happen incredibly fast. So one thing to note here, I bet Purdue is wishing that Kennesaw won that series, because Kennesaw was the team that knocked Purdue to the losers bracket, and I'm sure they want their revenge. They want to, now that they're warmed up and hot in this tournament, they want to absolutely redeem themselves in that match, but at least they can laugh their way ahead of Kennesaw and know that they've made it at least one round further than their opponents that knocked them down. But as you said, Corey, the Purdue versus RMU matchup is going to be fantastic. And as we look at VCU versus UCF, I am so excited for that one.
That's gonna be
like I said, UCF, I think that's the team to take it all. I think they're the team you need to keep your eye on. Everything with that team just seems so fundamentally sound. They are so patient. They are so calm. They work together as a team. Each one of them have the ability to just have these ridiculous clutches. But on the same side, VCU, I mean, they are just a complete team as well. We saw Chaz going nuts against Kennesaw, and I mean, they've made it to this position. They absolutely deserve to be here. They beat RMU. We hyped up RMU so much. I hyped up RMU so much.
No, we did. No, we did.
And then so they made it past that. So if they're able to get through the number 1 seed, they are absolutely confident they could get through the number 2 seed. But man, tomorrow we are obviously at this point we only have good matches.
Yes.
But I think they are going to be incredible.
Yeah. The last thing I want to mention here in this graphic is Purdue or RMU to win this entire tournament. They've got anywhere between roughly about 8 maps, upwards to even I think it's about 11 maps. They've got a series of different things. They've got there's a potential of 2 to 3 here, 2 to 3 here, and then all the way up to 4 to 6 in the finals for them to be able to win it all. It is a best of 3 double dip. And so the team that is in the lower bracket, they have to win 2 best of 3s. They have to win the first one, and then they have to do it again, because the team in the upper bracket, they've been in the upper bracket all the way through the tournament. That is going to be a super difficult time to be able to make that path. That's a lot of Counter-Strike in a single day.
That's up to 12, Corey, because they can go map 3 in 4 different sets. That can be
Correct.
12 maps in one day. That is absolutely ridiculous. And if you assume each of those maps is 1 hour, 12 straight hours of Counter-Strike playing that. Not casting it, not producing it, not watching it, but playing it fully in depth, having your mind fully focused every step of the way for 12 hours. Versus if you see the likes of whoever's going to win from the top side, they're going to go in only playing one game. Think of the mental advantage you have at that point. You are not tired at all.
You get a break.
Fresh. And you get to watch all of the matches the whole way through.
Yeah, so there's absolutely a reason why you want to stay on the upper side of the bracket, but You have it. RMU versus Purdue will be our very first match of the day. Then following after that, we'll see VCU versus UCF to be able to wrap up that matchup, and then we'll see how this one ends up tomorrow. We've been going through this for 2 weeks, 14 days. We'll be wrapping things up with Championship Sunday. It's been so much fun. We've learned so much about these teams, and I'm fully emotionally invested in every single match that we're going to be seeing tomorrow. So stay with us. Make sure you shout out to all your friends and family to be able to check out twitch.tv/esportsstadium. It's come down to this. They'll be all competing for that $5,000 prize pool here at the bitter end. But to wrap things up, we'll go ahead and take a look at all of our U.S. Army clips of the day.